Next, we have the time column. This is a way of identifying how much time each activity will take to complete. Whenever I'm starting a new activity, I'll take a moment to see how much time I've given myself to complete that activity and either figure out what time I need to be finished by according to the classroom's clock, or I'll set a timer to help me keep track of how much time I have left. This should be your best friend as a teacher. When planning your times, you can write down how long it will take to do an entire activity. Or if you want to get really specific, you can even break down how long each section of the activity will take, such as 2 minutes to explain, 10 minutes to do the activity, and then 3 minutes to summarize it. Doing it this way, by breaking out the times for each step of the activity, this is optional. Some teachers will find it too cumbersome to get so specific that it takes extra time and focus to add those extra details and to make them look nice on your lesson plan. Whereas some teachers really enjoy planning their activities this way and thinking about how much time each step will take and the clarity that gives you in the middle of teaching your lesson. The beauty of this column, and really all 5 columns, is that it allows you to bring in as much detail as you would like. But at the very least, you should have the total time for every activity you will do in your lesson. So here are some things to think about. Add the time needed for every activity in your lesson from start to finish. Don't just think about how much time it takes to do the activity. Make sure you give yourself enough time to explain the activity as well, and to wrap it up at the end with some kind of summary. Make sure that the times are aligned with the correct corresponding activity, that they're not too far up the page or down the page. They should be clear, unambiguous, and quick and easy to see. So if you mean 10 minutes, then write 10 minutes, 10 min, 10 m, 0 hours and 10 minutes, or another similar type of obvious, unambiguous notation. Don't just write 10. You also want to keep each activity at least 20 minutes or less. As a general rule, most learners do not prefer doing the same thing for longer than 10 minutes. I've seen some teachers plan an hour-long lesson by designing 1 or 2 30-minute long activities and calling it good. But most of the time, this is not what your students want. And it's also not helpful for you as the teacher to give yourself such large blocks of time to fill. So for time management purposes, as well as to keep your students fully engaged in the lesson, you're usually going to want to break an hour-long lesson into 3, 4, or 5 main activities that might take somewhere between about 5 to 20 minutes apiece.